Welcome to GenRocket. This video is about implementing GenRocket. So what's the implementation methodology? We have a four-step implementation methodology called model, design, deploy, and manage. What happens in modeling? Well, that's where you define the model as a test data project. We have 10 different methods of setting up that project. The most popular is XTS, extract table schema, that doesn't pull over any customer data, but it pulls over the metadata and uses that to set up a project with a number of wizards. And for any kind of data model with any level of complexity or any size. And of course, our patent is for maintaining referential integrity. So that will always be the case once that's configured and set up. And the typical role that will be involved in modeling is someone who understands the data model, a data architect. Now we move into the design and deploy phase. This is typically going to be a data engineer or a tester, where they'll design the data, any kind of data variation. They can, of course, use our test data queries to blend in production data values, like an account number or a member ID. And they can have any kind of volume, which might be one row of data to a billion rows of data. It just depends upon their particular requirements in designing the data. Deployment, because of our receiver component, we have 81 different receivers currently. You can have support just about any output format. You can directly insert without writing any scripts data into any kind of SQL database or NoSQL database. You can send it over REST API, lots of different formatting options with the different receivers. Of course, we integrate with test automation frameworks, and there can be automated execution. You'll see that in a moment with Jenkins. And on the management side, once you've deployed this, then there's different team permissions, because you may have different teams, many teams in the case of some of our customers, and there's going to be permissions between those teams so that they only have access what they're supposed to. Of course, we have the ability to have lifecycle management, so when there's a change, we can automatically update that particular change. And there's analytics and reporting, so when you want to see what's going on, you have the visibility into that as well. So as a reminder, each project relates to an application or database, such as a banking project or a payment project or a card project. Within that project, they'll be setting up, as I said before, the different domains with the associated attributes. The generator generates the data for those attributes. And then once the design happens, this is a visual showing all of this of the different test data cases with some rules and queries packaged up sometimes in the stories and epics. Now you can see how this works. And of course, there can be referential integrity across projects so that a user in one project can be the same user in another project as well. And the final visual, I've showed this in a prior video, but just noting that in this environment, when all that design happens and these come down to repository server, this can be launched and implemented with a variety of different implementations, including Jenkins. Thank you for watching this GenRocket video.